This person commented they have a serious case of racism fatigue, that they've had enough talking about it, and the best way to end racism is to stop pointing it out. Now, if I wanted to be petty, a reasonable response could be, how do you think those that truly suffer from the effects of racism feel? You don't think they're tired and fatigued for being mistreated and judged because of how they look?
I gotta be careful here because I represent both places. Bachelor thinks Polynesians are the most racist. The answer isn't to stop talking about it. That's only one part of it. Ending racism is like trying to save your marriage. Let's watch this video here.
The wife feels seen and cherished, and the husband feels valued because she relies on him emotionally.
This cartoon's about a marriage, but think about the wife as a victim of racism, and think about the husband as an ally who's trying to help end racism.
He gains a sense of purpose through giving. Meanwhile, she interprets his quiet support as deep love, and because he suppresses his needs for hers, she feels important and loved.
Allies start making big changes. They start changing the way they speak, the way they dress, the type of art they consume, where they shop. They make lots of big changes. They're trying to help. But because racism doesn't actually end, something else starts to happen.
Over time, this balance begins to shift. The wife becomes used to being loved and starts taking his efforts for granted.
After all, she's the one that's victimized. But again, because he cannot end racism, this is going to keep going and it gets worse.
She focuses on his shortcomings and becomes more emotionally demanding. She believes he won't leave, so she lets her emotions flow unchecked, expecting him to absorb them.
And again, because our allies can't actually stop racism, their failure to do so continues to stack up and the list grows longer. Silence is violence. You don't get points just for showing up. This is bare minimum behavior. You're invalidating my lived experience. You wouldn't know, so you shouldn't be able to speak on it, etc., etc.
The husband, on the other hand, starts to feel emotionally drained. He feels like no matter how much he gives, it's never enough.
And he's absolutely right, because the problem is no matter what he does, he's never going to end racism. So this is where the solution is. The allies and the victim have been focusing on the wrong thing the whole time. Instead of trying to end racism, they need to focus on filling their lives with charity. They need to focus on healing and getting stronger.
But due to his avoidant tendencies, he doesn't communicate this directly. Instead, he internalizes the frustration.
But what choice does he have? When he voices his concerns, he's met with the, well, how do you think I feel? I'm the victim.
One day, a minor disagreement triggers an intense emotional breakdown. The husband realizes he has never truly felt appreciated, seen, or loved. He reflects on years of suppressing his feelings and making sacrifices, only to feel invisible. His emotional detachment intensifies. He becomes cold, withdrawn, and begins to see separation as the only path to self-preservation.
I believe this is the phase that the commoner is trying to identify. I say that, though, because that's a charitable take.
When he finally mentions divorce, the wife doesn't take it seriously at first. Based on past experiences, she's confident he won't go through with it. But this time, he is emotionally shut off. His gaze carries no affection. She realizes with a jolt, he doesn't love her anymore. She panics, tries to reconnect, expresses vulnerability, but he remains unmoved. He no longer feels seen or valued. All he experiences is the memory of being emotionally extracted from, never replenished. As she keeps reaching out, he withdraws further. Both fall into an emotional tug-of-war.
Don't let me spoil it for you, but this is actually how the Book of Mormon ends. And that's why Moroni, at the very end of the Book of Mormon, leaves us with the great secret to solve the whole problem. Moroni teaches us that the great secret is to fill our lives with charity, to be so full of pure love of Jesus Christ that we have no choice but to forgive, but to move on, but to help, to heal, to be strong, to love one another. That's the key, is to fill our lives with charity. It's not about stopping talking about it, though that may be a part. It's not about, hey, give me an apology or apologize for these wrongdoings, though that may be a part of it. The solution, the secret sauce, is to fill our lives with charity. And that's why I love the Book of Mormon, baby.